The other day I said I'd show you how to do the cucumbers the same as I did the tomatoes over here. So this was the first stage. Just got a couple of pieces of CLS timber screwed to either side of the flower bed. Hole drilled on the side, big enough to put a standard garden cane through. Garden cane at the top there. And as we're putting 5 plants in here, I've got 5 pieces of string here. Just a simple knot tied onto there to create like a lasso. That will be for when you need to tension the string if it ever goes loose once the plant's set up. I'll show you next what I do down the bottom end with the plants themselves. Now you do the bottom bit, just get your loose bit of string in the bottom there, loose into the bottom of the hole. So you'll see in a second when the wife moves the hand right. So it's loose in the bottom like that, and you get your plant, and it's just plonk it straight on top of the string, like that. So it's got something to then climb up. Okay, so this is my end of May video plot tour I'm doing now. It's 24th of May. Having to do it now because I'm going to be away next week. So I thought I'd show you what we managed to get done up to the end of May. So we'll start with this front of the plot where we have the Turk's Head pumpkins and the gourd pumpkins in. We have added some more in so that hopefully they'll survive, as we are getting some high temperatures next week. 31 degrees I believe tomorrow, and possibly Tuesday as well. We've got the Marrows, yellow courgette and the green courgette growing there, which to be honest they've shot up quite nicely the past day since they've been put in the ground. And over this side we've got the ambassador green courgettes in there, row of 3. And over this side we've got the butternut squash. Put another 2 in today, which we gained from the allotment. This side, as you saw in my little how-to video earlier, we've got the cucumbers set up in there, 5 different varieties as far as I can remember. Then we've got the radishes condensed down to 2 rows this side because some didn't come out. This bed I'm quite pleased with, the perpetual spinach, rainbow chard and the bright lights chard. They're ready for picking, so we'll start harvesting them this week. Onion bed, they're starting to fill out nicely now, so I'm not going to be watering these now. You're not supposed to water once they start to fill out apparently, so let's see how that does. You'll notice some of the leaves are starting to turn yellowy brown as well, so they're not far from being ready as well. It's a nice fat one there, actually, if you look at that one. And we've got the elephant garlic over the side. They're starting to brown off, so they're not going to be up much longer. All right. Got the garlic over the side. I don't think these are going to be up much longer before they're ready. And then the mint bed, that's gone absolutely rampant, and we've been harvesting that already. And then the other bed with the marjoram, sage, rosemary and sorrel, and that one there. Numerous other dotted lavenders, and what was this one again? That one was that's the borage in there. These are those lavenders that I bought from Wicks that were dead. We've actually managed to bring back to life a bit. Then we've got the flower beds going absolutely mental. This is a salvia, this huge plant with the pink flowers on it. Sorry, not a salvia, a scabious. And we've got the lupins. That one's gone over now. We'll have some seed off that soon. That lupin. The Verbena bonariensis growing there. That comes out a little bit later on in the year. Cindy's brilliant poppy there. On this side we've got eggplant, I believe that yellow flower is, which we'd forgotten was in the bed. That's come out now, along with the lupins and the globe artichoke, which is starting to get nice and large. Hopefully we'll see a flower head on that one again this year like we did last year. More eggplant over there, along with the 2 giant teasels, which just leaves at the moment. There's no sign of any teasels. Hopefully they might come out later on this year, but I think they might come out next year. We'll wait and see on that one. And then what have we got? Oh yeah, we've got the Musselburgh leeks in the ground here. Gave them another watering earlier. They're starting to bulk out already, actually, bigger than they were. The carrots with a row of marigolds in the middle there. They were looking really feeble before, but they are starting to perk up a bit now. Then the first of the pea structures, they're not doing too bad, along with some marigolds. And this side we've got some more peas, although this one's been munched by something, along with that one there. But everything else is still alive and clinging on. Yeah, that was the French runner beans, the dwarf Alba beans. And this one was the early onward pea. They're all fine. Not big enough to tie off yet. And then we've got the turnips bulking out nicely there. Tokyo drift either side and the top Milan in the middle. Then over to this bed, we've got two different types of beetroot. This one, the beetroot cylindra, wasn't looking very well to start with, but that's actually now perking up. You can see the leaves nicely perked up there. Then the beetroot boltardi, that's perked up as well. Behind the enviromesh, we've got the kale shooting up nicely. Excuse the train in the background. And this side, we've got another 3 pumpkins in. We've got Zombie, Blueprints, and the Zuka pumpkin there. Quite young, but let's see how well they get on. I've given them plenty of room to grow anyway. Got that whole bed to play with. Then we've got the grapevines. We've got 4 different varieties here. They're starting to shoot up nicely now. I'll be training these up and across another wire, which I'm going to do halfway from the ground up to where that wire is. You can just about see there. So I'm going to train them a secondary cordon down below, and when they reach the top there, I'm going to train them across there. Then take this side first. So we've got the summer raspberries here, which haven't really done that much, to be honest, so far. The Tullamine raspberry and the Glen Ample got very few bits of greenery on it. Yeah, let me just jump up to here for a second. We've got the autumn raspberries, which are actually doing better than the summer raspberries. That's the All God raspberry at the top there, the yellow raspberry, and the Autumn Bliss. They're greening up nicely. And then in the middle, what we've been working on today with the netting over the top is the red gooseberries and the green gooseberries. So I'd rather like to keep some gooseberries this year rather than letting the birds have the whole lot. So all I've done is some steel coated green sticks in all 4 corners, plant pot on the top there with the netting draped over the top there, just a couple more sticks there to help weigh it down. So hopefully we'll keep most of the pigeons and the critters off them to get some crops off those. Let's jump up to the top of the plot, and on the way across we've got the 2 rhubarb plants. I gave them another bit of watering the other day. And then potato crops. Got your Charlottes right by the shed, followed by the Jazzes. They'll be ready about mid-June to late June, I believe. Followed by the Marrows Piper potatoes in your 3rd row, and the Salvias on the bottom. Then let's just jump back down to here, where we've got all the fruit trees. So today we've covered the 2nd Morello cherry tree with some more netting. Stop the birds jumping on there, because these berries, you can just about see some of them starting to turn red. Last time we went away on holiday, and at this stage came back and the whole lot have been eaten by the birds. So I don't want that happening this year. So these are both now covered. And like I say, we've got a pears and apple trees down here. You can see actually the apples are already starting to form on this tree here. And what have I missed? Oh yeah, back up at the top here, we've got the fruit bushes. So we've got red currants here. This one was a little weakling one, wasn't really doing much, but it's actually come back to life. And then we've got the black currants here. I wonder if we've got any berries. Oh yeah, we've got some berries starting to form on here as well. So these are going to need covering as well, so these don't get munched by the birds. Then this little bed here, we've got another blueberry. Wow, look how well they're fattening up. wonder if we've got any on this blueberry over here. Let's have a look. Yep, it looks like they're just starting to form. I think that's the ends of the flowers. Turns into blueberries, I believe. Then, which one was this one? That was the pink lemonade blueberry, which was bought a bit later on in the season. That's actually doing really well. And then, which one do we have here? We have the Jersey blueberry. And that's got quite a lot of flowers on it, hopefully soon to turn into blueberries as well. So yeah, all of these I'm going to need to cover as well. Perhaps not with so much netting as it is with the gooseberries over here, but I need to think of something to cover these because I want to protect these as well. So I think that's about it on the plot. Oh yeah, just the top up here. I'll show you the temperature actually today. So it actually was about 35 degrees today, earlier on today, but in the Polytunnel it was hitting nearly 43. And in the shed later on it hit 53 degrees. So it's been quite warm on the plot. Quite struggled to keep the plants going. It's got another little nursery at the top here, which I showed, I believe, on the previous video. So we've got some flowers in from there. Can't quite read the label, to be honest. Tomatoes on the back there, and some backup supply of squashes and pumpkins there. Globe artichokes there, and some cucumbers. And then, last but not least, that guttering with the peas in, which I thought hadn't worked, but somehow actually come up. So I'm just going to leave that to see how well they do. You know, they might get a second crop out of that. So yeah, so finally got everything done on the plot. Just take you for another quick walk down there. You can see everything's starting to green up now. So this is about 200 square metres that we have to play with here. It looks quite sparse in some places at the minute, but I'm forward planning so that we have enough room for everything to bush out and give them a bit of air gap. So yeah, quite pleased with that. So I'm really hoping to get a lot more crops off the plot this year. I did a count up the other day. I believe we've got about 25 different crops, possibly more now. We've planted some more today. So yeah, quite impressed. Okay, see you next time. Ta-ra for now.